Welcome, thrill seekers and lovers of the unknown. Today, we take you deep into the heart of South Africa, where history and hauntings collide. From eerie whispers to shadowy figures lurking in the dark, these are the haunted prisons that have been the final resting place for many, and a source of terrifying stories for those brave enough to visit. Prepare yourself as we count down the top 10 haunted prisons of South Africa. But beware, some spirits never leave. Let's begin. 1. Pretoria Central Prison, now Kogosi Mampuru 2 Correctional Center. They say, when darkness falls over Pretoria, something awakens behind the towering walls of what was once Pretoria Central Prison. This place, now called Kogosi Mampuru 2 Correctional Center, holds more than just criminals. It holds the restless spirits of those who died within its cold, merciless cells. During apartheid, this prison was home to the notorious death row, where countless men were led to the gallows and never left. Guards whisper of sudden icy winds sweeping through sealed corridors, chains rattling in the silence, and tortured cries echoing long after midnight. Some claim to have seen shadowy figures pacing the execution chamber, or felt invisible hands brushing their shoulders in the dark. Even hardened wardens refuse to enter certain wings alone. Though the prison still operates today, few dare to speak of what truly walks those halls. After all, when a man dies with rage, sorrow, and injustice burning in his soul, does he ever really leave? 2. Robben Island Prison, Cape Town. Far off the coast of Cape Town lies Robben Island, a place known for its brutal history and the ghosts it refuses to bury. Once a leper colony, then a military base, and finally a maximum security prison, this island has soaked up centuries of pain, and it shows. During apartheid, it held political prisoners, the most famous being Nelson Mandela, but not all who entered ever truly left. Visitors speak of a chilling silence that falls over the crumbling cell blocks, as if the walls themselves are holding their breath. Footsteps echo in empty corridors, cell doors slam shut on their own, and some tourists report hearing whispers in languages they don't understand. Guards have seen pale figures staring from the darkened windows, only for those rooms to be completely empty. Some say the spirits of those left to rot here still wander the island, their chains dragging across stone floors, eyes searching for justice that never came. Robben Island may be a heritage site by day, but at night, it belongs to the dead. 3. Constitution Hill, Johannesburg. At the heart of Johannesburg stands Constitution Hill, a place now tied to justice and democracy, but once soaked in cruelty, suffering, and the cries of the forgotten. Long before it became a symbol of freedom, it was a hellish prison complex where black South Africans were locked up under apartheid's iron rule. The most haunted part? Number 4. Step inside and the air shifts. Cold, heavy, oppressive. Former inmates spoke of unbearable conditions, beatings, isolation, and now something more. Visitors report hearing chains dragging across the floor, the slamming of cell doors, and disembodied voices whispering in the darkness. Some have seen flickers of shadowy figures darting through the cell blocks. Others have felt the unmistakable presence of someone breathing down their neck, only to turn and find no one there. Even the museum staff admit they avoid certain rooms after dark. Constitution Hill may preach peace now, but the spirits of those who suffered in silence still walk its corridors, forever trapped in a place that stole their freedom. 4. Draenstein Correctional Center, formerly Victor Verster Prison, Paarl. Nestled in the quiet vineyards of Paarl, Draenstein Correctional Center seems almost too peaceful, until the sun goes down. Once known as Victor Verster Prison, this facility is famous for being the place where Nelson Mandela walked free. But freedom isn't what lingers here after dark. Former guards speak in hushed tones of strange voices echoing through the halls, soft, desperate murmurs that fade when approached. Cold spots appear without warning, and lights flicker even during windless, clear nights. Some say they have seen a tall, dark figure wandering the yard at dawn, vanishing before they can call out. In one abandoned wing, staff avoid the showers, claiming they hear water running and faint weeping, even when no one's inside. It's as if the ghosts of inmates who never tasted freedom still wander these grounds, lost between hope and despair. Draenstein may be calm on the surface, but behind those gates, the past is very much alive, and it doesn't forget. 5. Tokai Manor House, Cape Town. Hidden among the quiet trees of Cape Town's Tokai forest stands an old, elegant building with a dark secret, Tokai Manor House. Built in the 1790s, it was once the heart of high society, filled with laughter, music, and grand parties. But one New Year's Eve, joy turned to horror. A wealthy young man, drunk and proud, boasted he could ride his horse straight up the staircase. He did, but on the way down, horse and rider plunged to their deaths. Ever since, strange things have haunted the manor. Guests report hearing hooves pounding across wooden floors in the middle of the night. Doors creak open by themselves, and the chilling sound of laughter echoes through empty rooms. Some say they've seen the ghost of the rider, dressed in old-fashioned clothes, standing silently at the top of the staircase, his eyes hollow, as if reliving his final fatal moment. Today, the manor serves other purposes, but after sunset, few are brave enough to walk its halls alone, because once you've heard the phantom gallop, you never forget it. 6. Zandwater Prison, Cullinan, Gauteng. On the outskirts of Cullinan lies Zandwater Prison, a place shrouded in history and haunted by shadows of war. Originally built to house over 100,000 Italian prisoners during World War II, its vast, desolate grounds still echo with the memories of men who were never truly free. Though today, it functions as a high-security prison, the past refuses to sleep. Guards have spoken of hearing foreign voices whispering in the wind, soft Italian murmurs carried through the night. Others report the sound of boots marching in unison across empty courtyards, as if ghostly soldiers still follow their long-forgotten routines. In one wing, the temperature drops without warning, and lights flicker uncontrollably. Staff have seen mist-like figures drift through locked gates and vanish into walls. Some believe these are the souls of POWs who died far from home, their grief and longing still anchoring them to this land. Zandwater may be known for its history of discipline and reform, but deep within its walls, the silent army of the dead still lingers, watching, waiting, and walking endlessly through time. 7. Polesmore Prison, Cape Town. Behind the high walls and razor wire of Polesmore Prison in Cape Town lies more than just South Africa's most dangerous criminals. It hides secrets the living dare not speak of. Once home to Nelson Mandela, during his final years in captivity, this massive, overcrowded prison is infamous for gang violence, brutality, and something far more chilling. Inmates and guards alike whisper of a cursed cell deep within the maximum security wing. They say no one stays there for long. Those who do report waking up paralyzed, hearing footsteps circle their bed, and seeing a faceless figure crouching in the corner, watching. Some claim the ghost of a former gang boss, murdered in cold blood during a riot, still prowls the halls at night, his presence marked by the stench of burning tobacco and a sudden, suffocating heat. Lights fail without reason, radios pick up whispers instead of music, and shadows move, even when no one walks nearby. Polesmore is a place where evil has thrived for decades, and when the lights go out, it's not just the living who rule these corridors. 8. Helderstrom, Maximum Prison, Caledon, Western Cape. Tucked away in the windswept hills near Caledon stands Helderstrom Maximum Prison. a fortress of stone and silence, where time seems to stop and something dark waits just beyond sight. Known for housing some of South Africa's most violent offenders, this prison holds a reputation not just for danger, but for the unnatural. Staff whisper about Cell 13, a room avoided even by the toughest inmates. They say the temperature inside is always freezing, no matter the season. Prisoners held there report waking up with deep scratches on their backs, hearing low growls in the dark, and voices whispering their deepest fears. Even wardens have refused night duty in that wing after one officer was found trembling, unable to speak, his eyes locked on something no one else could see. Some believe the prison was built over ancient burial ground. Others say evil was born inside its walls and never left. At Heldestrom, punishment goes beyond bars and chains. Something else watches from the shadows, and once it finds you, it doesn't let go. 9. Kiris Prison, Kiris Valley, Western Cape. In the remote Kiris Valley, surrounded by the harsh, unyielding mountains, lies Kiris Prison, an isolated, eerie facility with a history steeped in fear. Its desolate location seems almost designed to trap both body and soul. The prison has long been a place of suffering, but some say its most disturbing stories lie in the darkness, far from the prying eyes of the outside world. Inmates have spoken of strange happenings in the dead of night, mysterious whispers calling their names from empty cells, doors that slam shut without cause, and the feeling of being watched when no one is there. But the most chilling tales come from the old section of the prison, where shadows flicker and figures are seen walking the halls, but they vanish the moment you look directly at them. Some believe these are the souls of the men who died in the harsh conditions, their spirits forever bound to the prison. The silence of Kiris Prison is broken only by the sounds of unseen footsteps, a constant reminder that in this forgotten place, the past refuses to die, and the dead are never truly gone. 10. Old Provost, Military Prison, Grahamstown. In the historic town of Grahamstown stands the Old Provost Military Prison, a place where the echoes of war still linger long after the soldiers have gone. Built in the 1800s, this prison was once a holding place for military prisoners, many of whom met a grim fate within its stone walls. It's said that the spirits of those who died here still haunt the dark corners of the prison. Visitors often report feeling an overwhelming sense of dread as they walk through its narrow, cold hallways. The faint sounds of chains dragging on the floor, or the soft shuffle of boots, can be heard when no one is around. In one of the old cells, some claim to see shadowy figures standing in the doorway, their faces twisted in pain and despair. Others have felt an icy chill grip their chest, as if being watched by something invisible, something angry. The Old Provost Military Prison may no longer house the living, but the souls of those trapped in its grim past still linger in the shadows, forever bound to the stone walls that witnessed their final moments. That's it for our chilling journey through the haunted prisons of South Africa. Do you dare to visit these dark places? Or is it better to leave the past where it belongs? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this spine-tingling adventure, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on more ghostly tales. Until next time, stay brave and keep your lights on. Who knows what may be watching you from the shadows?